Allow yourself to be seen at your best and at your worst. It doesn't mean to indulge in your worst or take comfort. I don't even need to say that because most folks on their journey are constantly putting pressure on themselves to be better. But sometimes we can get so focused on the aesthetics of the spiritual journey that it detracts from the substance. One of the analogies I've continued to come back to that helps me remember the purpose of meditation is that it's like churning milk until milk turns into butter. And that's what happens with our soul, as we cultivate our inner being, that the more we practice and the more attention and care we put into developing ourselves, we go from being in a state of like milk to in a state like butter, meaning we go from one type of usefulness and texture to a different type of usefulness and texture and richness. And there's an essence that is brought forth, and it's not always aesthetically according to a standard, to society standards. This is a timeless process, an ancient process as old as man. And the hero's journey in 2026 in this epic is different. We're going to write different stories than they wrote 1,000 years ago about how an individual can unfold their truth into being, into embodying. And so let go of the expectations. No pressure, no worry. Find a rhythm. Continue to be compassionate and patient with yourself. You're not only a spiritual being, and so learning how to condescend in spirit, to embrace your flesh and your worldliness, your mistakes, your errors, your weaknesses, that is also part of what it is to be divine, is to express unconditional love for yourself first, to love all of this exactly as it is and as it struggles to be. The more clarity spiritually that we realize, the more forgiving and the more compassionate we are for our own faults and for the faults of others. We don't become less tolerant, we become more tolerant. We don't become less understanding, we become more understanding. So that is the short, brief message, is to allow yourself to be seen and accepted, imperfections and all. Wabi-sabi is the Japanese term, is the beauty of the imperfection, which is really the beauty of life itself and all of its diverse manifestations and the way they unfold. And that should allow us to see the opportunities as they unfold and to be less blinded and distracted with or preoccupied with trying to look a certain way or appear a certain way to others as we go through our spiritual journey. The light will hit us and will be perceived and interpreted exactly how we're supposed to be. If we comport ourselves with humility and gratitude and love, the rest will take care of itself. So I hope this helps you and encourages you on your journey today.